Have you ever wondered what the difference is between El Niño and La Niña? These are two opposing phenomena of a larger cycle known as the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO for short. This cycle is responsible for significant climatic fluctuations, not just in the tropical Pacific but worldwide. It's a fascinating and complex system that influences our global weather patterns in ways you might not expect. So let's dive deeper and explore the differences between El Niño and La Niña. First, we have El Niño. This weather phenomenon is marked by warmer than average sea temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific. It's as if the ocean has come down with a fever. This warming event isn't just a localized occurrence. It influences the trade winds, those steadfast breezes that typically blow from east to west. During an El Niño, these winds weaken, sometimes even reversing direction, causing warm surface water from the western Pacific to flow back east. This shift has significant effects on our global weather patterns. For instance, it can trigger extreme weather conditions like droughts in Australia and Indonesia. At the same time, it can bring heavy rains and flooding to South America. It's as if the world's weather system has been thrown into a state of chaos. North America also experiences changes during an El Niño event. Winters can be milder and wetter in the south, while the north may see drier conditions. South American countries like Peru and Ecuador often bear the brunt of heavy rains and flooding. El Niño doesn't just impact the weather, it also affects the Atlantic hurricane season and marine ecosystems. The increased vertical wind shear during El Niño can lead to a less active hurricane season. At the same time, the warming of seawater can disturb marine ecosystems and reduce fish stocks. That's El Niño for you. Now what about La Niña? Now let's talk about La Niña. La Niña is like the cooler, more mysterious sibling in the El Niño Southern Oscillation family. Characterized by lower than average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific, La Niña is a force to be reckoned with. These cooler temperatures are a result of stronger than usual trade winds which push warm surface water into the western Pacific, leading to an overall cooling of the sea surface in the eastern Pacific. But La Niña doesn't just chill the ocean, it sends ripples through our global weather patterns. In terms of global impact, La Niña often ushers in cooler and wetter conditions in Southeast Asia and Australia, while the southern USA and South America might find themselves in a dry spell. In North America, winters during a La Niña event can be a bit like stepping into a snow globe, with colder and snowier conditions in the north and drier weather down south. South America, on the other hand, may find regions like southern Brazil and northern Argentina grappling with dry periods and droughts. When it comes to the Atlantic hurricane season, La Niña is like the conductor of a tempestuous symphony, leading to a more active season as vertical wind shear decreases, favoring hurricane development. And let's not forget precipitation patterns. La Niña wields her influence here as well, impacting agriculture and water resources. So that's La Niña. But how do these two phenomena compare? Now that we've explored both El Niño and La Niña, let's summarize their differences. El Niño brings about warmer sea temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific, a shift that weakens or even reverses the east to west blowing trade winds. This change in wind direction allows warm surface water from the western Pacific to flow back east, leading to a chain of climatic effects. Globally, El Niño can trigger extreme weather conditions, such as droughts in Australia and heavy rains and flooding in South America. It also tends to create milder and wetter winters in the southern USA, but drier conditions in the north. Furthermore, it often results in a less active Atlantic hurricane season, while warming seawaters can disrupt marine ecosystems and reduce fish stocks. On the other hand, La Niña causes cooler sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific. The trade winds strengthen during this phase, pushing warm surface water further into the western Pacific and causing a cooling effect in the eastern Pacific. La Niña can lead to cooler and wetter conditions in Southeast Asia and Australia, and drier weather in the southern USA and South America. It also tends to make for a more active Atlantic hurricane season, and influences precipitation patterns, which can impact agriculture and water resources. Understanding and predicting these opposing phenomena is crucial It allows us to prepare for extreme weather events and mitigate their impacts, from droughts to floods, from wildfires to hurricanes. Next time someone asks you about El Niño and La Niña, you'll know exactly what to say. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring our amazing world.